This is another What Sold on eBay video and audio cast. This video I'm doing August 14th, 2018 till August 31st, 2018. I'm just going to do 2 weeks because I'm worried that I'm going to lose these sold listings on eBay and I'm not going to know what's sold. So starting with this Banana Republic skirt, which sold for $19. And the reason I wanted to mention this skirt is this is actually my sister's. It was just in her room, destined for donation, and someone brought it down to me where I was listing some stuff and just got it listed and $19. So didn't cost me anything. Next is this Hard Rock Cafe mug, which went for $15. This mug just took a really long time to sell. I don't buy mugs anymore. This is when I first started and I was buying mugs. I'm guessing someone told me to buy mugs. I don't buy them anymore, but it's really amazing how it could be like 3 years after you list something and it finally goes. Next is this Diane von Furstenberg dress, which sold for $258. This one took a long time to sell, and I find that happens with more expensive items such as this, where I'm not discounting it too much. So a really great sale when you get $258 for something that has been around for a long time, and it costs a lot too. Next are these Valentino rock stud boots. Now these ones went for $378, but when I got them, they had a lot of damage to them, so I had to put in about $125 worth of repair. But definitely, if you see Valentino rock studs, always buy them. Next is this interesting looking Mickey Mouse t-shirt, which went for $23. Just a cool shirt, but it's funny, it also has some stains on it, which I disclosed, but I find that people don't seem to care too much. I'll still buy it. Next is this Canon camera, which was broken, so I sold it 4 parts. Went for $24. And I've sold a bunch of cameras 4 parts, and they seem to go anywhere between $15 and $50 depending on the camera. Next is just this Nike polo with a New York Rangers, I think it's an older logo on it. This one went for $21. I like selling cool little polos like this. Next is this Michigan Wolverines t-shirt. This one took a long time to sell. It went for $29. So I used to overprice things, and this was one of the items when I first started, just overpricing, and the price sort of was left intact, and eventually someone bought it. Next up are these Nike wrestling shoes. So these ones sold once, and I think they got returned, but they sold again for $52. I think these were a garage sale find. A lot of interest in these, and they went pretty quickly. So keep your eye out for wrestling shoes, especially if it's Nike. Next is this Nike Texas Longhorns football jersey. This one went for $35. One of my older ones too, had a lot of views there, finally sold. So anytime I see a Nike college team, I buy it. If it's another brand, I'm hesitant to buy it. This is a Mercedes-Benz baseball cap. Had some stains on it, I believe, yep. And it went for $24. This is an Acris Punto sweater. Normally, I'll get maybe $25 to $30 for this brand, but for some reason I priced it high, and I got high. I got $56 for this sweater, so I think I might have looked it up just to see what these types of sweaters go for. So it's always a good idea to research, even if you have sold that brand before. Next is an LL Bean dress shirt for men. It's a good size. It's 2XL. And this one went for $34. So normally I don't get this much for LL Bean, but I price it a little higher just because of the size. And I got it pretty quickly. Next is a Lisa Todd sweater. I only learned about this brand recently. It resells pretty well. I got $36 for this, and it also had a disclosure. There's a faint mark somewhere, so people are still paying that kind of money for items with stains on them. Coffee break. Next is this, excuse me, a North Face fleece vest. This one went for $34. North Face seems to be hit or miss for me. I either can't sell it or it sells for a decent amount, or I'll get, $15 to $20 for it. But this was a good find. Somehow got $34. Next is this, Michael Kors polo. So this one went for $25, which I think is great for a Michael Kors shirt. I find that I can't really sell Michael Kors men's stuff. It doesn't sell well, and even this one took a long time to sell. So whenever I see men's Michael Kors stuff, I really don't buy it. But I guess they still sell. So if you're willing to hold on to it for a little bit, it might be worth it. Next is a bra. There's actually two bras here by George. And this is the George brand that you get at Walmart. So these two I got from a friend for free. I just lotted them together, and they sold for $16, which to me is like pretty crazy. How much could these possibly go for new at Walmart? I bet you they're less than $16 together, but it just shows you that people are still looking for things and they're willing to pay. Here's another NHL polo. This is a Philadelphia Flyers. This one's by CCM, so it's a little bit more vintagey. This one for $21, but I think this also took me a little while to sell. So things like this, when you get them for $5 or less, you'll probably get 20 for them. So they're good buys. This is an Old Navy blouse, which went for $12.50. So it doesn't go for a lot, but this is another one of those things that just blow my mind. How much could this possibly have been new? Probably around the same. Crazy. Okay, last is this Tommy Bahama polo. This one only went for $18, but this one I had for so long. You can see, look at that background. It was when I first started. Couldn't figure out how to get rid of that blue shadow on certain colors, but when you list it and forget it, eventually things sell. Everything sells. So overall, August was a pretty bad month for me. My sales were almost cut in half, but still moved a lot of items, moved a lot of older items, which is great, and kept adding new ones. So that's it for August. We'll show you some of September on our next video, my next video.